Guto. Believe it or not, Saymon and Guto have the head-to-head win, 1-0. They beat Pedro and Evandro in Rio. Can they do it again here as we get this first set underway? Guto with the serve, straight on to Pedro, who belts it back cross-court. The new look Pedro with the beard, but the same old volleyball, which is world-class. Saymon. Oh, brilliant serve from Saymon right into the corner. No chance at all for Pedro. Great ace serve to get things going. Oh, it's another one, 2 in a row for Saymon. First the corner, then down the panic channel. The husband and wife serve, bisecting Pedro and Evandro. Hat-trick time now for Saymon. Can he do it? It's a good serve. Pedro scrambling. But Evandro comes up with the unforced error, but goes in the net and gives the point to Pedro and Evandro. And they were on the ropes, weren't they? And they've just been let off. That'll do nicely. Scores now level. Huge block, but it doesn't find the sideline. But did it catch the player on the way out? No, says Saymon. No, says Guto. Evandro thought it might have caught a piece of him. Just got out of the way of it, didn't he? Interesting action from Guto. Opened up, but then got back square and then threw his arm through the ball. Didn't use his shoulder to come through and generate enough acceleration in that ball and topspin to get it down in time. Evandro. There's even Guto to deal with. That's what makes Pedro and Evandro quite a difficult team to deal with, the fact that both of them can block, both were blockers in their previous partnerships. So they can do the 50-50, however, it has to be said, Evandro's backcourt not quite as good as Pedro's. Good block out. Well, this is a real tester actually for Evandro and Pedro, because they've got obviously Olympic medal hopes and ambitions. We have plenty of tournaments here in Brazil leading up to the Olympic Games in Rio. We have this event MACEIO, then we have in a couple of weeks' time it's Rio, then the following week to Vitoria, then after that it's Fortaleza. And then later on in the summer, the big one. The first Grand Slam of the season is in a couple of weeks' time in Rio, which is pretty much going to be a dress rehearsal for the Olympic Games. All of the Olympic referees will be in attendance. In fact, if anything, it could well be a stronger field than the Olympic Games is, because you have more teams, 32, as opposed to the smaller number that go to the games. So much tougher competition. It's a game every other day at the Olympics. It's several games a day in a Grand Slam event. Nothing to separate the teams at the moment, really. Still going on serve. It's Guto and Saymon that have the lead. Guto thought the ball that he dug may well have been going out. Deep breath from Evandro. Cross-court blocking, Pedro wants. So that was some surprise because it's so difficult to take the cross-court away in the air. Certainly, despite the super long arms that Pedro has, trying to take away 80 to 90% of the court and the net is really difficult. Not happy with that volleyball. Won't be too happy with that either. Pedro's serve is probably Brazil's strongest rotation with Evandro at the net. That is a quality pickup and a brilliant put away as well. He's not left-handed, but you wouldn't know it, would you? Wonderful play. Another good pick-up from Pedro, and another great put away. Brilliant defense. You can tell he is definitely the better defender. It's definitely their stronger rotation when Evandro's blocking and Pedro's digging. Net touch given against Evandro. He's not happy. Regis Fonseca saying he touched the net. What do we think? Well, yeah, he did touch the net. Technical timeout. Cracking game so far.
que eu falei, tá mais ligado na rede. É isso que falta a gente na linha de atenção, esse tipo de atenção. O corpo tem que demonstrar isso.
Guto with the serve. Great pickup. And on in the second time. Evandro over the top. Well, you can see why Guto and Saymon have made it through to this semi-final, haven't you? Their defense has been phenomenal. Evandro and Pedro still sticking with the 50-50 blocking, which should be all well and good if Evandro was really trying to leather it from the serving line, but he's not. Saymon with the serve. He's definitely the blocker in this partnership. That's close. Like it was going to go long and drop right at the last second. Brazil side out again. Saymon with Guto sticking to their task. Massive block from Saymon, and we're all square now. Excellent work. Top serve. Guto swerving that ball into Evandro and then making it move away from him to Pedro. A hesitant pass from Evandro. Timeout called by Pedro. This is not in the script. Not a technical timeout. Brazil called the timeout. Evandro and Pedro needing a break.
Passar bem virar essa bola, tá? Vamos nessa. Se você estiver sentindo melhor para sacar para a entrada, pode sacar. Tá. Não tem, você no saque não tem essa obrigação de buscar o Saymon. Para a saída, quer dizer, tá?
Beleza. Demorou. Vamos nessa.
Então, voltando agora, segura o som, gente. Eu gostaria de pedir para vocês.
Interesting, they have a little park bench to sit on. First time I've seen that used on. Normally it's a couple of chairs or maybe a smart car, depending on where in the world the tournament's being held, or other various gimmicks, but simple park bench. Love it. Guto with the serve. Good lead from Evandro. The timeout doing its job. Evandro with the serve. Pedro staying into block. Chance for Pedro and Evandro. He was off the net by a good couple of metres and then was unsure whether to swing hard or try to make a cut shot. But it's not often you'll try and hit cut shots from 2 metres off the net. If he'd have been on the net, that would have been perfect, wouldn't it? Pedro's serve. Well, that one's off the top of the net and out of play. It didn't catch Evandro. So a cheap point then for the team in the yellow tops. The number 1 seeds edging in front. Oh, that just missed my head. It certainly missed the block. Oh, I saw that last week in Kish Island. Evandro puts his hands up. You can see that that's just gone over, just missed me. Timeout called then.
Daqui a pouquinho, depois dessa partida, senhoras e senhores, continuem com a gente. Tem Brasil e Holanda.
Eu nunca fiz essa bola na minha vida. Como é que eu fiz? Não sei que você vir pro coisa. Também bastante. Bom, só 2 pontinhos. A virada e eu vou dar um bloqueio. Você vai sacar bem na próxima. Segura pra atacar de segundo. Ele tá me espremendo ali na ponta ali. Põe pelo meio, pô. É fácil assim.
Pedro readies himself to serve once again. Cross-court block against Saymon. Line block signalled against Guto, who has received the ball. Good pick-up from Pedro. Left himself a lot of work. He was supposed to be covering cross-court. But the line roll from Saymon's no good. And Pedro has conjured up a point for his team, courtesy of that lovely chase down. And now they have a 3-point lead. Someone comes up with the unforced error. Ooh, right through Evandro's arms, that looked like. Went over his head. Just went to the side of it, jumped out of the way of it. Oh, goodness me. A bit of hurry-up offense from Evandro. That was a half ball behind if we're playing indoors. And he's thumped it down the line, hasn't he? Just quality play from Evandro. Guto gets the side out. Well, they do need to find a couple of points from their block defense. Evandro's too high for Saymon to put down as he went looking for the deep line with the swing. Set point then for Pedro and Evandro, the number 1 seeds, looking to get their first set in the bag. So in big trouble, but he gets out of it brilliantly. The block doesn't do its job for Saymon and Guto, and it's Pedro and Evandro who take the first set. first set statistics. Both teams making a fair old amount of errors, weren't they? 7 and 6. And just one block made, and that was by Saymon on Evandro. Brazilian coaches looking on. Second set, about to get underway. Evandro with the serve. Must win set now for Guto and Saymon. Oh dear me, what a way to start the set. Ace for Evandro, and look at that, doesn't even apologise for it to Guto and Saymon. Ruthless. Evandro once again. Well, there's a let being played because the big screen was showing what Saymon was showing his partner about what he was blocking. However, it wouldn't have mattered because it's backs to the players. Oh, Evandro and Pedro couldn't see it because they've got their backs to the big screen. Saymon straight away not happy, just in case somehow they managed to turn around and see it. Lovely dig from Guto. Oh, that was that was almost incredible because Guto got blocked, but then a little flick with his heel. If that had gone over, that would have been the point of all points ever. However, it goes down as a block to Evandro. What a pickup. Equally good from Guto. And somehow he gets the ball down. What a pickup that is. And reaction, and cut shot. Follow-up pickup. And then a great ball. Evandro off the net, couldn't get it down on the other side. Saymon says he didn't touch it, he didn't catch the baseline, and the youngsters go in front. This time, block out from Pedro. Saymon definitely did touch it. Well, the referee let that one go, and Pedro straight away not happy with that. What double touch wasn't called, or a catch wasn't called. It did look a little bit dodgy. But looks can be deceiving. That's it, Oliveira saying, get away from me, get on with it. Get back and play your game. Pedro. Oh, somehow that one creeps through as well. Well, both teams getting a little bit of luck in this second set. Saymon with the serve. But an easy lead for the #1 seeds. Evandro didn't get his hips under. Whilst it hit him, it also hit the advertising hoardings. A scrappy second set, really, isn't it? Littered with a few errors, but actually a sprinkling of some good plays as well. It's at one end of the spectrum to the other at times. Lovely play from Pedro. The first set was pretty close, all the way up to about 15-0. Nothing between the teams. And then the #1 seeds just moved away. They'll be looking to do a similar thing here, I should imagine, if they can. Well, of course, though, both teams will take any points that are given to them. Oh, what a block that is from Pedro. Out of nowhere. Reaches up and then reaches some more. Brilliant throw. Excellent block. Oh, he's got another one, just a continuation this time. Well, it may have just been a continuation, but it was a continuation of him getting block touches that eventually allowed Evandro to swing hard and put the ball away. Considering that's not their strongest rotation, that's a good couple of points. From Evandro, 3 big points, and as a result of that, the #1 seeds have this set by the scruff of its neck, don't they? Timeout called by the youngsters, Saymon and Guto.
Galera, é o seguinte, ó, tem uma fila monstruosa lá fora ainda. Em nome do nosso patrocinador oficial, o Banco do Brasil e a Confederação Brasileira de Voleibol, eu queria agradecer imensamente o carinho de vocês, a presença de vocês nessa coletiva. Muito legal mesmo, porque tudo isso aqui é feito para vocês se divertirem aí. Fala bem alto, segura aí, segura aí. Silêncio aí, fala só você bem alto, vai.
Até o final, compadre.
Isso é MACEIO, é isso aí. Faz barulho, MACEIO!
Evandro with the serve. was an interesting play, wasn't it? Guto ran as if going behind. A little crossover to try and take Evandro with him. Watch him, runs left and then comes back in right, which sends Pedro the wrong way. A little bit of help from the net, they get their point. Straightforward side out for Pedro. Big block from Evandro. Technical timeout reached. Number 1 seeds in the driving seat. They lead by 1 set to nothing. Up by 3 here in the second.
Vamos massacrar esse baixinho. Ele tá sentindo, ele tá vendo, ele tá quietinho, vamos deixar ele quietinho. Cada virada de bola é...
Last time the two in the picture, one was Stavanger. That was in June last year. Saymon. Evandro will ready himself to serve. Well, Saymon thought about going one way, tried to go back the other, but he just didn't commit to his shot. Didn't hit through the ball. Didn't get the point. Top pick up. Will be rescued by Pedro. It's a good pick up from Guto. He was a long way off the net. Doesn't matter. Brought back to the net by Saymon. Guto finds the line. Beats Evandro. Good play from Guto. See the way he got level with Saymon, so that meant he could run in and go after the ball. Didn't get in front of him, so he opened up a good angle to have a swing. Steady siding out once again from the number 1 seeds. Huge block from Evandro, who has a little look for the ref to say, I'm not too happy about the setting. And Mr. Oliveira telling him to go away. That was a belter, wasn't it? Well read by Pedro. And brilliantly put away by Pedro. And they are moving ever closer to a place in the final now. Cracking shot that. Very nice cut from Guto. Only just over 6 foot, Guto. Still gets up there. 2 meters 43 this net, 8 foot high. Same height as a crossbar in football. He's all over it. Saymon with the serve. Oh, that's a belter, wasn't it? From Saymon, that caught Pedro by surprise. So a point back. Wasn't to be for Guto, and it's not looking like it's going to be for the team. Evandro and Pedro get another point. Ace serve from Evandro. And now they're just 2 away from a guaranteed medal at the MACEIO Open. Guto goes up, the ball goes down, and they have their side out. It's close to a catch, wasn't it, really, that set? Dug into the crowd. Evandro and Pedro now have match point. They're going to have to wait a little bit. Guto saves that match point with block out. Match point number 2. Good pickup. Oh, and they've saved another one. Evandro snatching at that. He could see glory, but the net got in his way. Saymon. Pedro for the match. And he's done it. It's off the block and out of play. The number 1 seeds are through to the final with a straight sets victory over Saymon and Guto. Well, a brave effort from Saymon and Gustavo. They were seeded 28th for this tournament. They came through the qualifier to